Hey, my name is Alondra. I am going to be presenting um, a- my internship at BYU Idaho Parent and Families. So the description of my internship, I have a roommate whose mom was developing this program at BYU Idaho in regards for parents and families. And it helps with um, creating a relationship and a partnership with both family, parents, and their students at BYU Idaho. Okay, the description of my internship. My responsibilities were to connect with parents through phone number and emails in regards to their students at BYU Idaho. We also created content pillars for the newsletters that would be changing in the future. And we organized and planned the parent orientation that happened at the beginning of every semester. Benefits, how did I benefit in this site? I was able to have a pretty neat experience with creating content pillars, which is usually something taught in the communication degree. But our supervisor was hired to create a parent portal, a website, and to be able to inform parents through newsletters. So changing that up because we were doing it every week. And so we managed to create a variety of topics. For example, we did health and fitness, we did sleep, we did social deprivation to be able to put into our newsletter. And so we did a lot of research there. And I had the opportunity to create the call flow. I had noticed that taking calls from parents were a bit informal, uh, or there was a bit of like making sure we were lacking about ensuring that we were meeting the needs of the parents. So I work at a call center already, so I was able to create a call flow to understand those parents' stories when they call in or email, to feel and express empathy, making sure that you say, "I'm so sorry, I'm here for you," uh, ensuring that this parent and family program was the right place for the parents to gain more resources. We would restate and summarize to ensure that the information we gathered from the parents, we can talk about it with our supervisors and other departments if needs be. And then we also wanted to give us time to be able to follow up and to let them know the information that we had gathered. We also were able to create a bit of more visibility in our department. So we organized and created an inventory spreadsheet. So after parent orientation, we had a lot of like tablecloths, we had a lot of name tags, booth names. And so my coworker and I, Megan and I, we created a spreadsheet and we organized where every supply was in the storage room, so it was easy to access. We also had the opportunity to create the mission statement for parent and family program, which was a really neat experience. We were able to use some of talks and articles on how the mission statement was created at BYU Idaho. So we used a lot of Elder Bednard's talks. And we also created a manual for future interns or employees for the parent and family program. Okay. How did I benefit the site where I served? It was pretty neat. I was able to communicate and resolve conflict with parents. Using that call flow, it was quite easy to understand how to meet the needs of the parents. I was also able to express to my supervisors, coworkers about concerns or any questions I may have in a very respectful manner. I was also able to participate in bridging the gap between parent and family. We learn a lot about how the generation Gen Z has more communication, and so we were able to ensure that the information that we have is something that they can use and share with their students when they call and are feeling stressed. Course connection, because we did the content pillars, I had the really neat opportunity to use what I learned in research methods Child 400 class, about making sure that I was specific, that I knew where to look, making sure that they were pre-reviewed and informative. I also was able to make the connection with the child and family advocacy, Family 460. Being able to ensure that the parents can be advocates for their students, if they're like in need of accessibility services, or they're feeling overwhelmed, they need help with mental health, that they can find their resources in case their student isn't able to. I also um, was able to, we were able to provide, recognize, and create a supportive system. Okay. Recommendation for this site/experience to other students. I would not recommend this experience only because it is something that's changing constantly. It's not very consistent. At BYU Idaho, my coworker and I managed to really get things from it through our efforts, but it isn't quite a priority because of budgeting and other reasons. But yeah, you really had to put in the effort to get something out of it, and so that's the one thing that I would say. So yeah.